Imagine this. Yesterday's allies, today firing at each other. Not on some distant battlefield, in a harbor, at ships that aren't even moving. Summer 1940. France has just surrendered. Its navy, one of the most powerful in Europe, sits anchored at Mers el-Kebir. And this is where the story takes a turn you don't often hear about in textbooks. Winston Churchill makes a decision that shatters everything people think they know about allies. He's afraid of one thing. If those ships fall into German hands, the balance of power changes. So he takes a step that looks like betrayal. He sends an ultimatum. Either you hand over the fleet to Britain, or we destroy it, to yesterday's allies. It sounds absurd, but that's only the beginning. Because what comes next gets even harsher. And the real question is, was it madness or cold calculation? The French admiral receives the ultimatum. Surrender? Hand over the fleet? That would mean one thing: losing honor, the navy, and independence. He refuses. And in that moment, the reality of great power politics kicks in. No emotions. No, but we're allies. The British squadron opens fire. Not at an enemy, at the very people they had been fighting alongside just yesterday. The ships are anchored. They have almost no chance. A few minutes, and it all turns into a catastrophe. Nearly 1,300 French sailors are killed, men who never expected to be attacked. And this is where it's worth pausing and asking, how is something like this even possible? How do allies fire on each other and still believe it's the right decision? The answer isn't comfortable, and it goes far beyond this one story. Churchill would later write, "This was the most unnatural and painful decision of my life." It sounds like doubt, but there's a detail people rarely talk about. He did it anyway, without hesitation, because in that moment, he wasn't thinking about individuals. He was thinking about the outcome, about the war, about the balance of power, about the future of his country. And in that logic, 1,300 lives were the cost. Harsh? Yes. Uncomfortable? Very. But that's how decisions are made at the level where the world is shaped. And this is where it gets important. This isn't just a story, it's a way of thinking. And if you don't understand it, you'll always be the one paying the price for someone else's decisions. There's an illusion almost everyone believes in, that at the top, decisions are made by the rules, fairness, alliances, morality. But reality is different. Morality is a luxury, and more often than not, it's a luxury reserved for those who aren't making the critical decisions. At the top, a different rule applies. The survival of the system matters more than individual lives. And when a crisis hits, any country, any corporation, any leader will act not in a way that is right, but in a way that is effective. That's why people fall into the same trap again and again. They believe that's not something you can do, but in reality, you can, and they do, and they always have. Now here's the real question. What are you going to do with this? You could say it's just a story and forget about it. Or you could understand the main rule. In the big game, there are no friends, only interests. Alliances exist only as long as they're useful. Morality works only as long as there's no real threat. After that, decisions get made that look like betrayal. And this isn't an exception, it's the system. So the only conclusion that truly matters: Don't base your security on someone else's promises. Rely on yourself. Because in a crisis, no one is going to think about you. They'll think about the outcome. And if you understand this, you're already a step ahead of most people.